Japan's oldest doctor. These 8 pumpkin seed mistakes trigger irreversible reactions in your body. Welcome to the Shigaki Podcast, a space where the cutting edge of science converges with the wisdom of longevity, empowering you to cultivate a stronger body, a more vibrant youthfulness, and a discerning approach to your well-being, one mindful step at a time. I am your host, Dr. Mark Hyman, and it is my profound honor to be joined today by an individual I hold in the highest esteem, Dr. Shigaki Hinohara, a man whose life has been dedicated to the study of health, simplicity, and the potent, often overlooked power of the foods we consume daily. Today, we embark on a critical exploration of a food that, while widely perceived as healthy, harbors the potential to cause significant harm if approached incorrectly. We are turning our attention to pumpkin seeds. These seeds have become ubiquitous, a common sight sprinkled atop salads, blended into smoothies, or enjoyed as a seemingly guilt-free, nutrient-dense snack. Their reputation is well-deserved, as they are indeed rich sources of vital nutrients, such as zinc, magnesium, and tryptophan, celebrated for their roles in supporting sleep, promoting prostate health, and bolstering bone strength. However, there exists a crucial truth, a nuance that often goes unaddressed. The way in which pumpkin seeds are consumed can profoundly influence their impact on your body. Without mindful preparation and consumption, these beneficial seeds can subtly instigate inflammation, disrupt your digestive equilibrium, or unbalance your hormonal landscape. Alarmingly, this is a predicament faced by a considerable number of individuals, particularly those over the age of 60, who are unknowingly perpetuating these issues on a daily basis. As Dr. Hinohara aptly observes, even good food can become a kind of poison when used incorrectly. And pumpkin seeds are a prime example of this principle. Their natural and plant-based origin often leads to an unquestioning acceptance of their healthfulness. Yet, natural does not inherently equate to universally safe, especially as our bodies undergo the natural processes of aging. With each passing year, our physiological systems become more sensitive to the oils, minerals, and even the sheer volume of what we consume. Dr. Hinohara recounts numerous instances where patients, in their earnest pursuit of better health, inadvertently caused harm to their digestive tracts, their joints, or their sleep patterns due to their approach to seemingly innocuous foods like pumpkin seeds. It is precisely this pervasive misunderstanding that necessitates this detailed examination. In this episode, we will meticulously dissect 8 common pitfalls people encounter when incorporating pumpkin seeds into their diet. And more importantly, we will provide clear, actionable strategies to rectify these errors. The solutions are remarkably straightforward, yet their potential to positively transform your health is profound. Therefore, if you are consuming pumpkin seeds with the intention of improving your sleep, fortifying your hormones, or increasing your zinc intake, we urge you to engage with this information by hitting the like button, subscribing to our channel, and sharing this episode. It is entirely possible that your current habits are working counterproductively to your health goals, and you may not even be aware of it. The widespread acclaim of pumpkin seeds as a nutritional powerhouse is, for good reason, firmly established. Their impressive profile includes a significant quantity of zinc, a mineral indispensable for robust immune function and the maintenance of a healthy prostate. Furthermore, they are an excellent source of magnesium, a mineral renowned for its calming effects on the nervous system and its vital contribution to restful sleep. Beyond these, pumpkin seeds offer a commendable dose of plant-based protein, essential for muscle repair and satiety, and phytosterols, compounds that have demonstrated efficacy in helping to lower cholesterol levels and support overall cardiovascular health. Taken together, these attributes position pumpkin seeds as a truly remarkable food. However, as is so often the case with nutritional science, the narrative evolves, particularly when we consider the physiological changes that accompany aging, especially beyond the age of 60. As our bodies mature, our digestive capabilities naturally diminish. The lining of the stomach can become more delicate, and the production of essential digestive enzymes may slow. Consequently, the high fiber content and the often tough outer shell of many commercially available pumpkin seeds can present a significant challenge for the digestive system to break down effectively. What might have felt satisfyingly crunchy and easily digestible at 40 could, by 65, manifest as uncomfortable bloating, a sense of pressure in the abdomen, or even lead to constipation. The impact of aging extends beyond digestion. Our body's ability to process and utilize minerals and fatty acids also undergoes subtle but significant shifts. The kidneys and liver, crucial organs responsible for filtering and processing excess minerals like magnesium and zinc, as well as fats, may not operate with the same peak efficiency they possessed in younger years. When individuals, particularly older adults, consume nutrient-dense foods like pumpkin seeds in substantial quantities without accounting for these age-related physiological adaptations, the intended benefits can paradoxically turn into drawbacks. Dr. Hinohara has witnessed firsthand patients experiencing a range of unsettling symptoms, including increased nighttime urination, persistent muscle cramps, or even discernible hormonal imbalances, all stemming from what they believed to be a healthy, innocuous snack. This underscores a fundamental principle in nutrition. Food is not merely about its inherent goodness, but about its appropriateness for your individual needs at a specific stage of life. As we advance in years, minute details such as the timing of consumption, the method of preparation, and the precise portion size become paramount. The concept of superfoods needs careful qualification. Not all nutrient-rich foods are equally beneficial for everyone, especially when their consumption is not aligned with one's current physiological state. Pumpkin seeds, while inherently beneficial, are a prime illustration of this. When utilized correctly, they can be a valuable ally in supporting longevity. Conversely, when consumed carelessly, they can impose a silent, cumulative stress on a system already working diligently to maintain its delicate balance. Let us begin by addressing one of the most prevalent, yet frequently overlooked errors: the consumption of commercially roasted and heavily salted pumpkin seeds. These are readily available, convenient, and often marketed with claims of heart health, presenting a seemingly ideal, crunchy, flavorful snack. However, the reality falls far short of these optimistic labels. These packaged seeds are typically subjected to high heat roasting, using unstable vegetable oils such as sunflower or soybean oil. At elevated temperatures, these oils readily oxidize, generating free radicals, unstable molecules that can silently sow the seeds of inflammation within the body. When this is compounded by an excessive coating of salt, the result is a snack that not only elevates blood pressure and promotes fluid retention, but also places undue strain on the heart and kidneys, particularly for older individuals. Dr. Hinohara has encountered numerous cases where patients over 60, attempting to improve their dietary habits by substituting chips with roasted seeds, inadvertently exacerbated their joint stiffness, increased bloating, and even worsened their blood pressure readings. The problem, in essence, is not with the pumpkin seed itself, but with its external embellishments. The type of oil used for roasting, the excessive salt, and the high temperatures applied. The straightforward solution to this common pitfall lies in making a conscious choice: opt for raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds. Subsequently, prepare them at home using a gentle, dry heat method. Avoid using any oil and season them sparingly with salt, if at all. A low-temperature bake in the oven or a few minutes in an air fryer can achieve a satisfying crunch while preserving the seed's inherent nutritional integrity and, crucially, avoiding the introduction of inflammation-inducing compounds. This approach ensures that your body receives genuine nourishment, not chemically laden shortcuts, especially at a time when its capacity to maintain balance requires thoughtful support. Transitioning to a particularly surprising observation from recent years, a significant number of individuals have begun to utilize pumpkin seeds as a natural sleep aid, viewing them as a substitute for sleeping pills. This practice stems from the knowledge that pumpkin seeds contain tryptophan, an amino acid known to be a precursor to melatonin, the hormone that regulates regulates sleep-wake cycles. While it is indeed true that tryptophan can contribute to improved rest, there is a critical caveat to this approach. When one habitually relies on the same food source for a specific remedial effect on a nightly basis, the body can develop a dependency on this external supply. Over time, the body's natural production of melatonin may become desensitized. The brain begins to interpret the situation as, why should I regulate this process when we are consistently receiving it from food? This is precisely where problems can emerge. Dr. Hinohara has treated patients who initially experienced excellent sleep with pumpkin seeds, but found that after a few weeks, the effect diminished. Some even reported feeling more restless without them or experiencing more frequent awakenings. Their sleep had become conditional, not organically regulated. When they attempted to discontinue their pumpkin seed consumption, they discovered it was challenging to fall asleep, despite no other changes in their lifestyle or environment. The recommended approach, therefore, is not to treat pumpkin seeds as a daily medication. Instead, consider incorporating them into your diet 2 to 3 times per week. Ideally, consume them in the afternoon or early evening rather than immediately before bedtime. This allows your body to continue its natural process of melatonin production without external interference. Furthermore, complement your pumpkin seed intake with other calming foods and beverages such as kiwi, warm oat porridge, chamomile tea, or unsweetened nut milk. The objective is not to artificially induce sedation, but rather to foster a sustainable rhythm that your body can maintain independently. When it comes to sleep, gentle, supportive cues are far more effective than forced signals. Your body possesses an innate capacity for rest. Sometimes it simply requires a bit of space and encouragement to rediscover that capability. It is indisputable that pumpkin seeds are a reservoir of essential nutrients. This is not a point of contention. However, as with any concentrated food source, an excessive intake does not automatically translate to amplified benefits. Dr. Hinohara has encountered a multitude of patients who operate under the assumption that if a tablespoon is good, then a generous handful must be even better. Before they realize it, they are consuming 30 to 50 grams of pumpkin seeds daily without any awareness of the insidious consequences. The primary concern lies in the seeds' high content of magnesium and phytosterols. While these compounds are highly beneficial in appropriate dosages, their consumption in excess, particularly over extended periods, can lead to significant imbalances. An overabundance of magnesium can manifest as loose stools, electrolyte depletion, and even a concerning degree of muscle weakness. Concurrently, elevated levels of phytosterols have been implicated in disrupting testosterone balance, a concern particularly relevant for older men, as this can impact energy levels, mood, and libido. For individuals over 60, this is a genuine consideration, given that the body's sensitivity to mineral fluctuations increases with age. Chronic overconsumption of these beneficial compounds, even from ostensibly healthy foods, can contribute to fatigue, dehydration, and persistent digestive disturbances that are notoriously difficult to trace back to their root cause. The pertinent question then becomes, what constitutes an adequate and beneficial intake? The general recommendation is to limit consumption to 1 to 2 tablespoons per day, which equates to approximately 15 to 20 grams. It is crucial to avoid treating pumpkin seeds as a mindless snack. Instead, integrate them intentionally into your meals, perhaps by sprinkling a modest amount onto a salad or stirring them into your morning oatmeal. Furthermore, it is advisable to rotate pumpkin seeds with other nutrient-dense foods to ensure a balanced intake of various nutrients. This practice of mindful consumption and variety will undoubtedly be appreciated by your body. Herein lies a subtle yet potentially dangerous oversight that is rarely discussed, but warrants significant attention: the practice of consuming pumpkin seeds on an empty stomach. Many individuals opt for a handful of seeds first thing in the morning or as a between-meal snack, perceiving it as a light and healthy choice. However, in reality, this dietary decision can be surprisingly taxing on the digestive system. Pumpkin seeds are inherently rich in healthy fats and insoluble fiber, both of which are generally beneficial. Yet, when consumed without the presence of other food as a buffer, these components can irritate the delicate stomach lining, trigger mild intestinal spasms, and potentially lead to nausea, bloating, or loose stools, particularly in older adults who may already have more sensitive digestive tracts. For individuals over 60 who may contend with pre-existing conditions such as gastritis, reflux, or slowed gastric emptying, this irritation can exacerbate their discomfort. Dr. Hinohara has encountered patients who reported persistent digestive unease after consuming seeds, only to discover that they were eating them in isolation, either before breakfast or late at night. The remedy for this situation is remarkably simple. Refrain from eating pumpkin seeds by themselves when your stomach is empty. Instead, pair them with a light meal or snack. This could include a warm bowl of oatmeal, a serving of steamed vegetables, or a piece of soft fruit. This provides a gentler introduction for your digestive system and facilitates a more effective absorption of the valuable nutrients. Additionally, a vital tip that is often overlooked is the importance of thorough chewing. Whole pumpkin seeds, if swallowed too rapidly, can be difficult for the gut to process. Digestion truly begins in the mouth, and this is especially true for fiber-rich foods like pumpkin seeds. Even these small dietary adjustments can yield substantial improvements in your digestive well-being. Moving to a less commonly discussed, but nonetheless significant concern, is the impact of pumpkin seeds on individuals who suffer from gout or have elevated uric acid levels. At first glance, pumpkin seeds appear to be a benign choice in this context, as they are not notably high in purines, the compounds that typically trigger gout flare-ups. However, the effect is not as straightforward as it might initially seem. The issue is not directly related to purine content, but rather to how the kidneys process metabolic waste. Pumpkin seeds are dense in protein, fats, and minerals. If an individual consumes them in large quantities, particularly without adequate hydration or sufficient fiber from vegetables, it can place an additional burden on the kidneys. For individuals already experiencing challenges with uric acid clearance, this increased workload can impede the body's natural ability to excrete excess acid efficiently. In practical terms, Dr. Hinohara has observed older patients experiencing joint pain flare-ups, inflammation, and even swelling in their feet or fingers after increasing their intake of pumpkin seeds, especially when their diet lacked sufficient alkaline vegetables to help maintain balance. This often comes as a surprise because they believed seeds to be entirely safe. The prudent course of action is to exercise selectivity and moderation. If you are currently experiencing a gout flare-up, it is advisable to avoid pumpkin seeds altogether. Once your uric acid levels have stabilized, you can reintroduce them cautiously in small quantities, no more than 1 tablespoon per day, and always in conjunction with meals that are rich in leafy greens or hydrating vegetables. Furthermore, do not overlook the critical importance of hydration. Water plays a crucial role in flushing excess uric acid from the kidneys and is your most effective ally in prevention. Pumpkin seeds are not entirely off limits for individuals with gout, but they do necessitate a strategic approach, careful timing, and a heightened awareness to circumvent silent setbacks. Pumpkin seeds in their raw, unprepared state may seem like the epitome of healthy eating. No added salt, no oil, no heat. Yet, there is a crucial detail that many overlook. Raw seeds contain phytic acid, also known as phytate. This naturally occurring compound acts as a potent mineral blocker. It binds to essential nutrients such as zinc, magnesium, and calcium within the digestive tract, rendering them significantly more difficult for the body to absorb. This is a particularly concerning issue for older adults post the age of 60, as the body's inherent capacity for nutrient absorption and utilization naturally begins to decline. Consequently, when an individual consumes pumpkin seeds daily with the expectation of boosting their magnesium or zinc levels, but does so in their raw, unprepared form, the outcome can be the very opposite of their intended goal. Dr. Hinohara has encountered encountered patients exhibiting symptoms such as muscle cramps, persistent fatigue, brittle nails, and even early signs of bone loss, all while adhering to diets rich in seeds and nuts. Upon further investigation, the underlying problem was not the quantity of consumption, but rather the body's reduced ability to absorb these vital minerals, their uptake being hindered by the phytic acid present in the raw seeds. The solution to this nutritional blockade is both simple and deeply rooted in traditional food preparation methods. Soaking the seeds is the key. Place raw pumpkin seeds in warm water for approximately 4 to 6 hours. Following this, lightly roast or air dry them. This process demonstrably reduces the phytate content, thereby unlocking the minerals and making them significantly more bioavailable for absorption. If the idea of soaking at home seems too time-consuming, commercially available pre-roasted, unsalted pumpkin seeds can be an alternative, provided they are not overly processed or cooked in vegetable oils. When it comes to mineral absorption, it is not solely about what you consume, but critically about what your body can effectively utilize. Preparation plays an indispensable role, and for pumpkin seeds, a brief period of soaking can make a world of difference in unlocking their full nutritional potential. Concluding our discussion, we arrive at what may be the most critical mistake of all, a pitfall that is frequently ignored but carries the greatest potential for danger: the improper storage of pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are naturally rich in healthy fats, particularly unsaturated oils. While these fats are beneficial for cardiovascular health, they also contribute to the seed's susceptibility to spoilage. If not stored correctly, pumpkin seeds can oxidize or, more alarmingly, become contaminated with harmful mold toxins, including aflatoxins. Aflatoxins are potent hepatotoxins, toxins that are profoundly damaging to the liver, produced by certain molds when seeds are exposed to moisture, heat, or inadequate ventilation over time. This deterioration does more than simply spoil the flavor. It silently escalates the risk of immune suppression, liver damage, and in severe cases can even contribute to the development of cancer. What is particularly insidious about this issue is that the seeds may appear outwardly normal, yet harbor toxins that the body must expend significant effort to filter. As we age, the liver's capacity for detoxification naturally diminishes. Dr. Hinohara has observed numerous older patients suffering from chronic fatigue, elevated liver enzymes, or persistent inflammation, only to discover that the culprit was old and improperly stored nuts or seeds they were consuming regularly without recognizing the inherent risk. The safeguard against this insidious threat is straightforward and essential. Always store pumpkin seeds in a sealed glass jar, kept in a cool, dry place, away from direct light and moisture. Refrigeration is highly recommended, especially if you purchase them in bulk. Never consume seeds that possess a musty odor, appear darker than their typical color, or feel unusually oily or sticky to the touch. These are all clear indicators of spoilage. Wholesome food begins with safe food. The impressive nutritional profile of pumpkin seeds is rendered meaningless if they are laced with dangerous toxins. Therefore, take a moment to inspect your stored seeds and ensure they are kept appropriately. Your liver, a vital organ that works tirelessly to protect your body, will undoubtedly express its gratitude. Now that we have thoroughly examined the common mistakes associated with pumpkin seed consumption, it is time to pivot towards a more empowering perspective: how to harness the full potential of these remarkable seeds by using them correctly. When approached with the right knowledge and practices, these diminutive seeds can serve as powerful allies in supporting your body's complex systems, from cognitive function and cardiovascular health to digestive harmony, hormonal balance, and even the quality of your sleep. Let us begin with a fundamental aspect: timing. One of the most accessible strategies to mitigate potential adverse effects is to consume pumpkin seeds during periods when your digestive system is operating at its peak efficiency. These windows typically fall between 9 to 11 in the morning and 3 to 5 in the afternoon. During these mid-morning and mid-afternoon hours, your metabolism is generally stable and your stomach is neither completely empty nor overly burdened with a recent large meal. This intentional timing indeed makes a significant difference. When you consume seeds as part of your main meals or shortly thereafter, your body is better equipped to process them, minimizing issues such as bloating or reflux. The synergy of what you consume alongside pumpkin seeds also plays a crucial role. For instance, Dr. Hinohara often recommends integrating pumpkin seeds into warm oatmeal, incorporating them into nourishing vegetable soups, or sprinkling them onto salads dressed with olive oil. The healthy fats present in these accompanying foods enhance the absorption of fat-soluble nutrients, such as zinc, facilitating their more efficient entry into your cells. Furthermore, let us reiterate the importance of portion control. While pumpkin seeds are undeniably nutrient-dense, they are also calorie-dense and rich in minerals. The optimal range for consumption is 1 to 2 tablespoons per day, not an entire handful. You may even consider splitting this modest amount over a couple of days. It is best to conceptualize pumpkin seeds as a functional garnish, an enriching addition rather than the primary component of a meal. To further refine this approach, the form in which you consume them is also significant. The ideal choice involves shelled seeds that have undergone a light roasting process without the addition of salt or oil. This method effectively neutralizes anti-nutrients, preserves the integrity of the beneficial fats, and renders the seeds considerably easier for your digestive system to process. Alternatively, you can grind them into a fine powder and use this versatile ingredient to sprinkle over steamed vegetables, mix into yogurt, or even blend with water to create homemade pumpkin seed milk, a mineral-rich, soothing beverage that is exceptionally gentle on the stomach. What is truly remarkable about pumpkin seeds is their inherent versatility. They can be employed to bolster zinc levels, which may, in turn, help to reduce hair thinning, bolster immune function, and even support testosterone levels in older men. Coupled with their magnesium content, they emerge as a potent ally for improved sleep and enhanced muscle recovery. However, it is imperative to remember that despite their impressive health benefits, pumpkin seeds are not a magical panacea. They should be consumed as food, not as a casual snack. This means eschewing mindless handfuls while engaged in passive activities like watching television or grazing between meals. Instead, utilize them intentionally as part of meals that actively support digestion and hormonal balance. This mindful approach is how you effectively transform food into a powerful tool for healing and well-being. The impact of these subtle yet precise adjustments cannot be overstated. They are a testament to how small changes can lead to significant positive outcomes, and pumpkin seeds serve as a compelling example of this principle. In summation, pumpkin seeds possess the capacity to be profoundly healing, yet they also hold the potential to cause silent harm if their consumption is not approached with care and understanding. The question is not whether they are inherently healthy or not, but rather how they are integrated into your diet and lifestyle. An ill-timed handful, improper storage, or an inaccurate expectation of their effects can inadvertently trigger inflammation, disrupt sleep patterns, or even lead to hormonal imbalances. The beauty of this situation lies in the fact that these issues are readily rectifiable. Often, a simple adjustment in the timing or quantity of consumption can significantly alleviate stress on your digestive system, provide protection for your cardiovascular health, and demonstrably improve the quality of your sleep. This is the central message we aim to impart. What you consistently incorporate into your diet on a daily basis holds far greater influence over your long-term health than any occasional intervention. Many individuals tend to view supplements as miraculous cures and food as a mere afterthought. However, it is the quiet, consistent routines of your daily habits that ultimately sculpt the trajectory of your long-term well-being. Pumpkin seeds are not inherently detrimental, but when misused, they can become a source of empty calories or, more concerningly, silent triggers for underlying health issues. Conversely, when utilized wisely and thoughtfully, they can serve as a powerful catalyst for enhanced energy levels, improved focus, a more robust immune system, and a healthier aging process. Therefore, if you have been consuming pumpkin seeds daily without a conscious reflection on your habits, now presents an opportune moment to pause and recalibrate. Even a single change, such as a smaller portion size, a more advantageous timing of consumption, or safer storage practices, could instigate a substantial positive shift. We are eager to hear from you. Please share your experiences in the comments section below, detailing which of the 8 mistakes you may have made and how this episode has provided you with valuable insights. And as always, do not forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned for our forthcoming episodes where we will continue to explore the intricate connections between science, longevity, and optimal well-being.